Changemakers, and welcome to The Core, sponsored by Red Apple EdCo. This is your Everything Education podcast. We talk about current events, books to read. We interview education leaders, hear their stories, learn from their biggest lessons, and they share what they wish you knew about what it means to be in education today. I'm your host, Dr. Kia Turner. Buckle up for small seeds of inspiration that can lead to big changes in your classroom practice. Let's take a bite out of today's guest. It is Dr. Kia here, still at ECET2BYU in Shreveport, Louisiana. We are having an amazing time. So tonight I already told everyone watching whose inbox I'm flooding with videos, that this is kind of the networking, mixing, getting to know one another portion of the conference.
Yes, this is the, a jam, a party. Teachers are letting loose, enjoying themselves. We have the live band.
Also, music. Why I'm not Periscope live and then, okay, because teachers need privacy too. Back up. We can hang out, and then we can come back together and have complete full days of learning and getting together, which is definitely what tomorrow is going to look like. Right. And so, I'm pulling people that are amazing. Everybody is, but still, out of the conference. And I had to introduce yourself to us.
I am Sheba Williams.
Okay. And Sheba are you the curriculum coordinator?
We call them curriculum specialists here in our district.
Okay.
So I'm the curriculum specialist for English language arts.
Oh, go ELA.
Grades 3 through 5.
Oh my goodness. How long have you been doing that?
So I'm winding down my second year of doing it, but I spent 17 years in the classroom.
Go veteran.
A couple of years as a new teacher coach, and now I'm working, as a curriculum specialist.
Do you love it? Is it a totally different experience from being so close to the kids?
It is a totally different experience working more with the adults rather than the kids. I find it's still just as rewarding, but it is a totally different experience.
Is the difference more because I know that teacher coaches typically in some cases go building to building, or either work in just one building with a lot of different teachers, and you're in their classrooms, you're talking to them about the lessons they're doing, all of that. Yeah. Is what you're doing now a pullback because essentially you're training them on how to use the curriculum effectively?
Yes, you said it right there. It is a pullback from being in the classrooms and coaching the day-to-day instructional practice, and more about let's dig into the curriculum and make sure that we understand and that we know the content so that we can teach it.
How are you doing that?
Well,
inquiring minds want to know. Y'all know I'm asking for you.
In order to do that, there has to be a lot of professional learning sessions. For me, there has to be a lot of independent learning as well as going to, I go to conferences. I just spent 9 days at a deep content leader training for Louisiana. And so we were there throughout the year. We did 9 days where we dug into the curriculum. We looked at student work, looked at data so that we would know how to teach our teachers.
Department of Education did that?
Yes.
Y'all better go ahead, Louisiana believes. Y'all didn't think I knew that, did you? Really?
Yes. And they did it for ELA and for math.
Wow.
And so now
people from all over the state.
Yes. There were about 100 of us for this first, we call them cohorts.
Yeah.
So there were about 100 for the first cohort, and we have 250 going through it starting this summer, so they can dig into the curriculum as well.
That is great. And then you kind of take what everybody's aligned on and you just bring it back and you make sure that your teachers, and I guess, are you doing building leaders too or just teachers?
We're mostly teachers. The Louisiana Department of Education would really like this practice to be in the hands of the teachers. Yeah. So 75% of the people that I recommended to go through cohort 2 are teachers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And they're going to take them through the same kind of 9-day process?
Same 9-day process.
Louisiana better.
Yes, we're trying. We've been on the bottom for a long time.
Yeah.
But we started from the bottom.
Oh, I gotta give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So what brings you to ECET? Is this your first time?
No, this is actually my third time. I think this is their fourth time having it, but this is my third time here. And so what brings me here is the collaboration amongst all the educators, getting to network with the educators tonight, just having a good time.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow doing some more deep learning. Even though there are sessions back to back, I still feel like it's deep learning. And then again, there'll be more collaboration, more networking, and we're learning and growing from one another.
I love that. Tell me something that you're seeing in your practice right now that excites you. So considering the lens you've had, classroom teacher coach, and now kind of content, what's something that you're seeing that you're like, this is really going to move student achievement or teacher development, which also moves student achievement?
Right.
What's something you're seeing?
Well, going through the content leader training, now I see how important it is for teachers to really have a lot of professional learning with the curriculum that they're working with.
Yeah.
Throughout my 17 years, I taught all the subjects, right? And so a lot of it was, here are your textbooks, there you go.
Right.
And so now...
And the workbooks that go with them, and you like turn to page 13 because the book said it's on page 13.
Right. And so now we're building more of teacher knowledge. So now the teachers can feel more confident that they are, teaching the students what they need to know so that they can be college and career ready. And so that's what excites me more, that we are really pushing our teachers. We're, pushing them to learn more, pushing them to think more so that they can push their children forward.
And you're making it okay to not know. Like, I talk to teachers all the time, and one thing that terrifies them is to say, I don't really understand how to do this myself, and I got to teach kids how to do it. Right. They are afraid of that.
Yes.
I can't even imagine what building principals are like, but I'm thinking, teachers are just like, so I'm struggling with the content. I don't know who to ask about it because I should know it.
Right.
I passed my teacher exam.
Exactly.
But maybe I was stronger in one than the other. And they're like, so what you're doing, and maybe what the state of Louisiana kind of is spearheaded, because it's the first time I heard about it. So maybe what you guys are doing is making it okay for teachers to say, I'm a learner too.
Yes.
And that's good.
And that's one of the reasons we call it a professional learning instead of a professional development. Yeah. Because they're constantly learning, and so this is more about, like, doctors, they always go back to conferences and go back and, we say they're practicing medicine because they're constantly learning what's new and constantly growing. And that's what teachers need to do as well. It can't stop right there when we finish college. We have to continue to grow and to learn.
I love that. So if anybody wants to keep up with you, kind of what you're doing, where can we find you?
So I am on Twitter. I'm the first person on me. So I'm Teacher Queen.
Hey!
Yes. So that's TCHRQUEN.
Thank you. We'll put that under the video. Yes. Teacher Queen. And you can write it down so I can then be like, okay.
Yes. And I'm also on Facebook. That's kind of my personal Facebook.
Then we don't need to know.
Right.
Then it doesn't exist. She is not on Facebook. And in fact, she is only on Twitter. Mind it. Pull back out of it. Yep. I love that. What's one resource you think every educator, no matter what, should definitely know about?
One resource, wow, that's tough.
Right? It's my favorite question to ask. Like, what's one thing anybody could use if they knew about it would help?
I don't really know. I follow a lot of people on Twitter. I think
that's
Twitter,
something we've heard a lot.
Yeah. And I think Twitter, for me, it's a professional learning network.
Me too.
And so I follow the Writing Revolution. That's one of the...
Oh, never heard of them. We're adding them under the video too.
Yeah, that's one of the methods that we're using in Louisiana to build our students' writing. And so I just started following them, and I see a lot of great learning coming from that area.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down. Right. I hope that you get from this conference even more ideas for development that you can take back to the teachers who couldn't make it.
Yes.
And what you're doing is phenomenal. So I'm definitely about to follow you on
Twitter.
Yes,
ma'am.
Thank you for sitting down. Bye, guys. That's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to The Core. Wherever you are listening to us, be sure to like our show, subscribe, and share the episode that's meant the most to you. We appreciate every single one of our subscribers, as do our sponsors. We look forward to seeing you next week. You can also check us out on YouTube at Red Apple EdCo. If you'd like to see more video of these conversations, we have them posted there.